there is a small percentage of race fans in Arkansas and Mississippi who are mad. They're like, get this foreigner off the TV. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is John, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards, episode 104. John, we're back.
We're back after over a month.
It hasn't been over a month. It's been 4 weeks exactly.
4 weeks exactly.
To the day.
To the day.
I guess.
I think it's been 4 weeks since I've gotten a haircut.
It ain't my fault.
You want some?
I would love some. Actually, no, I'm good. I'm good with that. Like, I don't have to make a hair appointment. I just have to make sure I have razors.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got to get your hair cut once a month. I have to cut my hair every day. So.
No, I think it's been over a month, actually. Because I try to do it every 4 weeks, but y'all went on an
adventure.
Yeah, y'all went on this adventure.
So we've been off for 4 weeks. We are back. We took 2 weeks off because NASCAR wanted to stay home and watch the Olympics, which is fine if that's their prerogative. That's what they wanted to do. So we took 2 weeks off as well. And then the last 2 weeks, me and my wife celebrated our 20th anniversary in the Pacific Northwest, traveling around. So.
Yeah. And I've been at home.
Yeah. We left him. We left all the kids.
I've been at home.
Your mother deserved that trip, man. She put up with me for 20 years.
Man, I got to put up with you for at least an hour and a half every week. I can't imagine.
Exactly. She's dealt with this for 20 years. The poor woman.
Oh man.
I mean, I feel bad sometimes for her.
I mean, hanging out with you, I would too.
Hey, don't complain. You get to go to a lot of NASCAR races.
That's right.
Could be worse.
I know we got Atlanta coming up.
Yep, 2 weeks. I'm ready. We got should be a good race. I hope it's as good as the last Atlanta race. So.
Yeah, because that was incredible.
No doubt. So, what else is new? Anything else we've missed?
What, life?
Yeah, I guess. I didn't put life notes in there.
I thought it was NASCAR.
So, we got Labor Day weekend coming up this weekend. Darlington race.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to watch it when you get home. You'll be gone all weekend.
Yeah, I will.
He's going to Mississippi.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
I think so. I think that's the right accent. Mississippi.
I've got a southern accent, so it's hard for me to adapt to more southern accents.
When I come home, I'll let you know how they say it.
Yeah.
So
ask them to enunciate it.
I could do like
just record it.
Right?
How do you say Mississippi?
It's from a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Tell them you are taking notes for your podcast.
Yeah. Do like a documentary.
Yeah, exactly. Now I know what we got to do. You got to do a Mississippi documentary on the show, a segment on it when you get back. And let us know what it's like.
Come back to what I found.
This is what I found, guys.
There really are people in Mississippi. They do exist.
I'm trying to think when me and Jamie did the Cannonball Run, if we even went into Mississippi. I feel like we came across the top. We went through Memphis, Tennessee, and we came across the top corner of Mississippi into Alabama. So yes, we did go to Mississippi.
See, I don't know. I always feel like Mississippi isn't real. Nothing ever happens in Mississippi. I mean, when's the last time you heard something going on in Mississippi? It's like Nebraska. They don't exist.
Or South Dakota.
Yeah, exactly. Like nothing happens.
North Dakota.
Nothing happens in these states.
They never make the national news.
No.
They can't be like Montana. No, I mean, Montana was different.
Really?
We went to the Walmart at Montana. I got hit a lot.
You said that place was popping.
It was something.
Who knew?
I mean, Montana, Walmart. It's if you ever get a chance, do it.
I mean,
You don't want to miss it.
That needs to go on your bucket list.
If you're near Montana,
You gotta go to
if
Walmart.
you're in Wyoming, drive to Montana and go to Walmart. I'm telling you,
It's an experience.
it's something. You won't regret it.
No, I mean, he says something about something was like the equivalent of Dick's Creek camping ground, public camping ground.
That was Walmart.
That was Walmart?
Yeah.
That's what it's the equivalent of. You know?
That was an adventure too.
Yeah.
So, I'll say this though, like the people out there that we met, whether it was Washington, Oregon, Idaho, or Montana, the people were awesome. Like the most friendly people ever. Like we ordered coffee, and while the lady was making our coffee, she just leaned out the window. She's like, "How are y'all today? What do you got planned?" "Oh, that's great." And then we tell her about our trip. She's like, "That sounds like so much fun." Like these people, I'm in Fayetteville when we go to the drive-through, they barely open the window to take payment. And
they don't
God
even look
forbid
at you.
they make eye contact.
Let's just say they don't even look at you. The window opens, they're looking down like.
They don't speak. It's just give me. They snatch it out of your hand. The big sign says if you don't get a receipt, it's free, and they're like throwing receipts at you, but they never look at you. I don't know how we ever get our card back. I mean, it's horrible. It's just crazy. Like
see that southern hospitality.
That's
you hear
gone.
about, it's out west now.
it's small town hospitality is what I'm calling it, because every town we stayed in was like 1,200 people max.
Yeah.
They had like one burger joint, 3 bars, and a pizza house.
That's all y'all ate.
And a general store. One time we went to the laundromat. Well, actually, we went to the burger place, which is also the laundromat. And that was some good food.
I mean, you waiting for your laundry to get done, you got to eat.
It was cool. It was a great trip. We hiked like 80-something miles. We drove 3,500 miles, 4 different states.
In a Subaru.
I was texting, in the Subaru. I was texting Brandon. I was like, man, this is the most beautiful state. Like, Washington was my favorite. Out of all the places, Mount Rainier, Washington was my favorite park we visited. I mean, besides the politics out there, it's a little different, but you're not in Kansas when you get out there. But besides that, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, America's a beautiful country. Like, if you've never traveled throughout this country, I witnessed it firsthand when I did the Cannonball Run, and then this trip out to the Pacific Northwest. It was just beautiful. It was amazing. If you get a chance, put it on your bucket list. Go knock it out.
I mean, you actually got sleep on this trip.
Yeah.
I don't know if you...
I didn't get to drive either.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like riding with Jamie. He don't like letting me drive either.
Yeah, you actually got some sleep. You're like on Cannonball Run. Don't know if it was a dream or not. You're like, man, I saw this one really cool mountain. I
saw bats flying out the road on that trip. So
it's like, dude, you were in Kansas. There ain't no mountains in Kansas.
No, the best was Jamie. Like, do you see the faces in those trees? And I'm like, dude, we're in the desert. There's no trees. He goes, oh man, you're gonna have to drive. Yeah, I'm asleep, but I'll gladly drive.
Oh man,
I'm not seeing trees and faces. What's going on here?
That's scary, man.
So before we jump into the racing stuff, I want to give a shout out to Designs by Sydney. Make sure you check her out. She makes these custom hand-drawn minimalist NASCAR driver sticker. She just put out her Harrison Burton. Jeff, your little boy, is now a win sticker. But she also does custom stickers, logos, T-shirts, ads, much more, anything you can really think of. I mean, she's the best graphic designer north of Mexico. So if you need anything done, head over to Designs by Sydney. Check her out. Personal, professional, anything you need done, she's got you covered.
I mean, that's how you kept up with who won the races.
Exactly. By whose sticker came out.
Yeah.
And right now, if you use code CAR824, you can get free shipping. So don't forget to use CAR824 for free shipping. And make sure you vote on which race is the best poll. She puts that out every week too. So make sure you check that out and vote on that. So that's Designs by Sydney. Make sure you check her out. She's got you covered. So you ready to jump into racing stuff?
Yeah. Speaking of the race poll, which race do you think was better?
Oh, this weekend?
Yeah.
That one was tough for me because
I'd still put Xfinity.
would you?
Yeah.
The Xfinity was better start to finish racing, but the Cup race was more entertaining.
The Cup race was exciting, but I
was so happy to see a good Cup race at Daytona. I mean,
after the 500.
After the last 4.
Yeah.
So, it's 10 years ago, what we got Saturday would have been unacceptable. It would not have been considered a good race. But because the product on the track is literally so bad, we get races like Daytona Saturday night, and we're like, oh, that was great. And I enjoyed it, actually. We're going to get into all this, so. But I enjoyed it. I really did. So, I didn't come off this weekend mad.
Yeah, I know.
Which I'm trying not to. I'm trying not. This stuff don't matter. It's just racing. It's just a sport. It's like wrestling. It's just for entertainment. I think the quicker we accept that NASCAR is loosely scripted and it's an entertainment thing and not a competition sport thing, the happier we're all going to be as fans. I don't, that's not what I wanted,
right.
But I think, and I'm not saying it's scripted as in who's going to win each week, but it is somewhat scripted because you get green, white checkers every week.
Right.
And things like that, when I say scripted, that's what I mean. It's manipulated in some sense by the sanctioning body each week. And
to get some excitement out of the race.
Exactly. And we're in the entertainment business. I'm sorry. I hate it.
Yeah.
Most race fans hate it, but it is what it is. So I'm trying not to let this crap bother me anymore. I'm just trying to take it for the entertainment it is, just like wrestling, and move on. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
We got the Bills to watch.
That's our competition.
That's enough heartbreak probably for the whole family. So while we were out, a lot of news dropped. Yeah. I'm not going through this news in any particular order. I just threw it all in the notes and did not go and refine it. So
some of this stuff I don't even know.
So
I just know about racing.
NASCAR has made it official as of today, August 27th.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
Yes, I was right. You would hope by the end of the day I was right. But as of today, Mexico City, 2025, racing in Mexico. What do you think? Father's Day.
For Father's Day. Interesting. It's cool.
I'm okay with it. Whatever. Let's go.
Yeah. Road course, right?
Yeah, I believe it's a street race from what I was
reading.
Street
race.
So I hope.
Well, Chicago's good, so.
Exactly. So I'm good with this. I'm just glad we're racing on Father's Day. This racing on Mother's Day and not on Father's Day thing is kind of confusing to me.
I know, right? Mothers ain't watching NASCAR.
Exactly. Moms don't want to sit down on the couch with their kids and watch NASCAR. Dads, we do.
Yeah.
Father's Day, NASCAR goes hand in hand.
Right. So that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I really don't care where we race as long as we're racing.
Yeah.
You got, I guess I do care.
I was about to say, there's some Martinsville, Texas.
Man, I hope I think they're gonna use a different tire at Martinsville too.
I hope so. That last Martinsville race was.
I don't think they should put tires. Just put them on the rims. See what happens. It might mess the track up, but that's a might. We don't know.
It's a maybe.
It would be interesting.
Just like maybe it would be a good race.
It'd be like racing on ice. Why can't we do that? How do we freeze the track?
Bristol dirt, Bristol ice.
Bristol ice. Martinsville ice. Can you imagine seeing Ross Chastain just on the wall the whole race? I'm not riding the wall. I'm holding it. Scared I'm going to slip.
Yeah.
AJ Allmendinger. He's going to drive full-time next year in the Cup Series in the 16 car for College Racing.
Yeah. Hope he does good. He does great in the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, and he didn't do bad in the Cup Series when he raced in it 2 years ago. He just took this year off, basically.
Yeah. So.
I like it. I like AJ. He's an entertaining guy.
Yeah. So I hope he does good.
I hope he does good. I think he will. Here's the thing. When you're going to have 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 road course races a season, why not have somebody like AJ? You're
right.
I think I'm going to get to it in a minute, but it's like SVG. You're almost guaranteeing a spot in the playoff by putting AJ Allmendinger in a Cup car with
road courses
over half the season.
Yeah.
So, speaking of SVG, it's been announced that he's going to drive full-time next year for Trackhouse.
Yeah, I mean, like we just said, he's definitely winning a road race.
I would be willing to put good money that he wins 1 to 2 road races a year. And that'll keep you in a car.
Oh yeah, but I even feel like that's lowballing.
I mean, he's easily, if he wins 2 to 3 road courses a year.
How many road courses do we even have on the schedule?
6 or 7.
I think he wins 3 or 4 of those.
But with AJ, maybe not.
Maybe
AJ can capture 1 or 2. But that's what I mean. Like, I hate it for Zane Smith. I mean, the other part of the SVG news is Zane Smith is out of ride next year.
Yeah.
He just signed a long-term contract. Garbage. He's out. I hate that for him, but
I mean,
SVG almost guarantees you. I mean, they said something like Harrison Burton winning at Daytona earned the team like $3 million in bonus money this year, or an extra revenue this year.
Well, yeah, because now they're in the playoffs.
That's like hitting a scratch off at the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Like, the Wood brothers are killing it. And it changes how they get paid next year. I mean,
yep.
This is really big for them. It's probably more than $3 million. So, I mean, it's like hitting the lottery. I think Denny said it was like hitting the lottery for the Wood brothers. So,
yeah.
Why wouldn't Trackhouse? I mean, Ross and Sorass aren't doing it. So let's throw in. How are you going to be next year at Trackhouse when SVG has 3 victories, Ross has none, and Suarez has 1? And that's just basing it off what those 2 have won this year.
Right.
Ross could get lucky and win another race. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But how are you going to be if you don't win a race and SVG, the guy from New Zealand, comes in and
wins 3.
Smacks your butt?
Right.
Makes you look bad, you know?
Yeah.
He'd be on the watermelon farm again.
And I don't know how it works, but SVG is trying to work on his oval racing, but with being in Trackhouse, doesn't that give him like more access to more resources?
I mean,
to help out his
running a full season will give him just repetition. So
right.
But it doesn't matter. He can work all season on his ovals as long as he goes out and wins the road courses. He's golden.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, I think if he works on those ovals, he'll be pretty secure.
No doubt. I mean, and if he wins, like I said, if he goes out and wins 1 race next year on a road course, he makes it into the playoffs, then he can work on everything else all season. And then the next year he's going to be even better. Yeah. So, I mean, he's an old dude by NASCAR standards.
Yeah.
So go for it, man. I'm excited. I like the guy. I love his personality. He's just a unique individual.
Yep.
And that's cool. That's something everybody here is cookie cutter. So I like SVG. He brings some flavor to the game. Come on. Bring it on. I'll pull for it. Jamie's got an SVG t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'll pull for him. I mean, he's in a Chevy.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. I like it. I love
it.
What else we got? Corey Lajoie is out of the 7 car next season at Spire.
And that's all we know, right?
That's it. I know the rumor was everybody was hoping it was going to be him going to Trackhouse, but I knew that. I knew it was SVG. That was easy for me to figure out. I hate it for Corey. Corey's a super nice dude, but Spire's spending big money.
Yeah.
Results have to be there. So, where's he going? What do you think?
I don't know.
I got a clue. I don't think Corey Lajoie is in the Cup Series next year.
No.
I think he goes. I mean, rumor is Sam Mayer is leaving Dale Jr. next year, going to Front Row.
Huh.
So
maybe he goes there.
That's what I've been saying it for years. I'd love to see Corey Lajoie go to Junior Motorsports and win 6-7 races a year.
Yeah.
Then go back.
Right, because then you got something to work off of.
Exactly. You got a resume.
Right. Right now, I don't think no one wants to hire a driver with no wins. Not with as many starts as Corey has, unfortunately. Right. Like I said,
I don't even want to bash Corey because I like Corey.
Yeah.
And the one time I was on pit road, he was cool with me standing next to him during the national anthem. I mean, just super nice dude. So it's hard for me to bash him. But results aren't there. Spire's moving on.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how it works out. I guess we'll see next year where he's at. I know he's got the kickball classic coming up.
What is that?
They hold a kickball tournament for charity every year.
Oh,
A bunch of drivers playing it. So Corey Lajoie puts it on. Hopefully Janet will get to play on his team this year. I'm petitioning for it. I hope she does. So what else? Austin Dillon.
oh, here we go.
So Austin Dillon.
Richmond.
I don't know what he was thinking. So I was around watching NASCAR during the Spingate, Spingazi, whatever you want to call it, when Clint Boyer, his poison oak itched and his car spun out randomly
Yeah.
and brought out a caution, and Martin Truex made the playoffs and Jeff Gordon didn't, and then we had added a 13th month to the year or whatever. Jeff Gordon got in the playoffs.
Yeah. I
I
heard a lot about that.
To me, what Austin did was worse than that.
I think it was worse. And-
Or if it's either worse or equal. But
Yeah.
it's just embarrassing. I hate to even say this, but RCR is not a top tier team. They're a mid tier team, and Austin Dillon is a lower tier driver. He's like a Rick Ware guy. No offense, Justin Haley. But what even sucks is Austin Dillon was running that race really good.
He had a great race.
He had that race won. And then that happened. I think if he went out and finished second or third, everybody's like, man, Austin ran great.
Yeah.
Second or third don't put you in the playoffs. But wrecking Joey, which bravo, I'm all for. That was one thing. That you keep the win.
Right.
Wrecking Denny is when it went wrong because it only magnified the first wreck, and then the second. Then there was a second. I mean, it legit looked like something off NASCAR Heat.
I know.
Just Joey, Denny. It's like, what is? I just, to me, it's a bigger black eye on the sport than what Clint Boyer did. It's just, and then let's double down on stupidity.
Oh, and yeah, let's go.
Let's not go to the appeals once. Let's go twice. Let's get denied. I mean, it took them like 13 minutes. The second time they go on appeals, they're like, Richard, just leave, man. Yeah, and Richard's all mad, like, oh, you can't believe everything you see on TV. Don't believe everything you hear on the radio. Like, just stop. You're making it even worse. So I was fired up when it happened.
Yeah, I mean, look, my thing is, okay, so what do you say then to all the people who would say, well, isn't that what NASCAR is? Bunch of rowdy guys wrecking each other?
It's not what it used to be. It's not what I want NASCAR to be. And the problem is the sanctioning body said, boys, have at it. And then they put together a format for them to have at it, like, to another level.
Yeah.
The format has created this. I just don't like it. Like, I'm not in.
Wreckers or checkers.
Yeah, I was cool with wrecking Joey.
Yeah.
Joey had to know it was coming. We all did.
Right.
And I'm okay with that.
Everyone knew going on that final lap, Dillon's wrecking Joey.
If you can't wreck somebody without wrecking yourself, then you shouldn't wreck them.
Right.
Once he hit Joey, there was no way he was going to win. So that right there tells you he shouldn't have even hit Joey. But because he wrecked himself, essentially, Denny got by, and then he hooked him.
I know. And
that's not what NASCAR's beating and banging. That's just blatant wrecking.
Yeah.
That's not beating and banging. That's your spotter in your ear screaming, wreck him, wreck him, wreck him. And Austin Dillon doesn't have a brain to think for himself, and he's just wrecking him. That's why this makes it look so bad.
Look, and what Austin says about, I was just taking the straightest path to.
Yeah, he went straight in that corner, all right.
Yeah, he's like, I'm taking the straightest path to the checkered flag. Yeah, trying to make an excuse for wrecking Denny. There's someone below you.
Yeah, because your spotter's telling you he's below you.
Right,
He's telling you to wreck him.
Right. But, I mean.
NASCAR created this monster, though. This is all NASCAR's fault. They created this. They made it win and you're in. Like Harrison Burton, 34th, dead last, literally 300 points behind Bubba Wallace right now.
Yeah.
But he's locked into the playoffs.
I'm not a fan of that.
But NASCAR, it's the rules.
Right.
They're playing within the rules.
Yep.
So what happened with Austin, he still won, but he doesn't get to go to the playoffs now. Yep. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm more pleased with the fact that NASCAR now has set a precedent. Like, this year has been the most inconsistent year in penalties. You got Kyle Busch does something at a track and gets no penalty, and then the next weekend we get a driver suspended. So, like, it's been blatantly obvious that NASCAR is deaf, blind, and mute all season.
When it comes to issuing penalties.
Yeah, they'll throw a caution flag because somebody farts, but they will not issue a penalty to save their life, consistently at least.
Look, I just hope that it doesn't take till Thursday to figure out if Austin keeps that.
Make the call that night.
Right, because I feel like you make the call that night.
I made the call.
Right? But, I mean, I feel like going forward, you make that call at the track and just say, or you don't get the win, Denny wins. It didn't, because, I feel like you can't take the win at Thursday.
I mean, you can.
You can, but,
NASCAR penalized Denny Hamlin 5 months later.
That's true.
They could wait till, I keep waiting on to take wins away from Richard Petty at this point. So let's talk about that. I don't like how Austin Dillon handled himself. I'm glad they did what they did. I'm glad now we know where the limit is. 2 is the limit.
Yeah.
You can only wreck one driver a race. 2 on the same lap on the same turn is not acceptable.
Yeah.
But
Denny Hamlin
gets penalized 5 months later because the red pill or the blue pill and the matrix and somebody's finger got caught in the toilet and I don't know. It was a logistical nightmare. Denny drives for FedEx, and they can't even get the logistics right at Joe Gibbs.
Man.
So somebody at Joe Gibbs accidentally shipped the wrong motor to California, and those guys were told, don't touch the red pill. Well, they walked by the red tag. I keep saying red pill like this is the
red seal.
Don't touch the red seal. Well, they walk by and go, okay, clip. Red seal's gone. Like, who you letting run this show at Toyota? Janitor?
You know someone got fired.
It had to have been a diversity hire. It had to have been. They had Kamala out there with the red seal. This is crazy to me. Like, I was livid. Like, this is the penalty that pushed me over the edge.
I know. I was texting you, and you were.
I'm not even mad about it anymore because it's just.
It's crazy.
It's just stupid. It's stupid. The penalties, the law, the rule is the rule. It's black and white. They broke the rule.
Yeah.
Toyota felt bad. They broke the rule. They called NASCAR. NASCAR said, Toyota. Okay, guys. Well, we'll handle this.
Don't worry. We
penalize Gibbs and Denny. Send Toyota a check.
Right.
They send the money to Toyota?
That's the part that annoys me, because you got Denny talking about it, how he says, after every race, they send their engines back to California. They seal them up. If it's a winning engine, it's a red seal. If not, it's a blue seal. You don't touch the red seals because they have to go to NASCAR. When you finish using that engine, because now they use engines multiple times, when you finish using that red seal engine, it has to be inspected. So you do not touch it. You do not touch the red seal engine.
Well, they touched it.
And someone touched the red seal engine.
They touched the heck out of that engine.
And then cost Denny 75 regular season points and 10 playoff points.
They basically took the championship away from Denny, which I personally think it has something to do with the charter deal anyway. I think NASCAR could have probably handled this a little better. Like, I don't know, not make a big deal out of it. We would have never known about it.
Right.
But eventually somebody would have found out. I get it. Rules black and white. They broke the rule. They got the penalty. Whatever.
It just
the conspiracy part of me goes, yeah, well, Steve Phelps is over here saying the charter deal is great. They keep offering more money and the teams say no. And Denny says they're barely offering them pennies and peanuts, So I think Denny's outspokenness doesn't help his situations a lot of times.
You think if Kyle Larson did that, it would be as severe?
Yeah, I do. I don't think it. I just feel like they're taking it out on Denny, but I really, at this point, I've read the rule. I've seen Bob's tweets. I'm not mad anymore. I don't care.
It's just unfortunate for Denny.
It sucks because I think this was Denny's year, and I think NASCAR just poo-pooed all over that for him.
Yeah.
So I hate it for Denny. I really do. Like, the poor guy sounded so depressed on his podcast this week. I mean,
know.
He's just like dejected. Which he's got the money. Like, I would just retire.
Right?
I would retire. I'd close my race shop. I'd move on. I'd go do something else. Race something else. Buy a sprint car series.
But man, he wants that championship though.
NASCAR don't want him to have it.
Obviously.
Just like NASCAR didn't want Dale Jr. to win a championship. Because if they did, they wouldn't have penalized him for cussing. And then he lost the championship that year because of that. So they don't want Denny to win a championship. NASCAR has their favorites, Hendrick, that they want to win the championship. And they do everything they can to make sure it's HMS or Gibbs or...
Well, obviously not Gibbs.
Well, not Denny. Denny's outspoken. So they're gonna PP on his parade. It's okay. I don't think Denny even takes it that seriously anymore. He's just collecting a check and driving on a Sunday. Like, whatever. He works 2 days a week and podcasts on Monday. Who's got it made? He's getting paid millions and millions of dollars a year.
Yeah. I mean, like I told you earlier this week, man, I would have hated to be the person who gave Denny that call.
Hey, Joey Logano also got penalized.
Oh, for pit road.
For aggressive driving on pit road or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think you should have anybody on pit road until all cars come to a complete stop.
Yeah.
That's if they jump over the wall, you should penalize them, not the driver he's driving. He's mad. He was fully under control, he said. Who are we to think his toothpaste slid down in his eyes? He knew what he was doing.
Right.
So leave him alone. I'm not defending him. I am, but I'm glad you fined him. But keep all those people, take that money and buy a rope. Like, don't jump this rope.
Where are you on this side of the argument?
I love when Joey gets fined and penalized. Like, it makes me happy. But why are all those people on pit road? That's the bigger problem for me. All right, Daytona. Was it a good race poll? Jeff Gluck, Jordan Bianchi. I know the answer. You don't. I voted yes. What do you think it is?
I've had such a hard time with this.
I know you have. It's kind of comical to me because I know the answer.
Yeah.
It's like math.
No, it ain't. It's guessing.
I know the answer. Just because they don't agree with my answer don't mean it's not right.
Like I said, I've had such a hard time with this because it was an enjoyable race. Very exciting finish. Harrison Burton, first win. Wood Brothers, 100th win. It's a big thing. The way the cautions fell, there wasn't a lot of fuel saving that we had to worry about. But my thing is, I think the thing that's holding my score back a little bit is that I just don't like the way the next-gen cars run at these super speedways. Because wherever you're at, you just got to ride there and hope you don't get wrecked.
Correct.
And I don't like that.
So what did you guess? You gonna change it again?
I'm saying 88. Dale Jr.
88. He started with 82.
I did
last night.
I did, but I don't know. I'm just going 88. I'm going Dale Jr. Yeah,
not a bad pick. I mean, it was 90.
90. That's.
And you said earlier, there's no way it's in the 90s.
I know. I did.
That's why I was trying not to look at you and laugh because I was like, gonna be surprised. I don't think it was the best Daytona. Like I said earlier, it's wasn't the best Daytona race I've ever seen, but it was quite entertaining. And compared to what we got in February, it was night and day difference.
Right. Like if we're comparing it to February, then yeah, it's a 110.
So
But-
Harrison Burton goes out and wins it. Gets 100th win for Wood Brothers Racing gets his first win. I mean, that Leigh Diffey announcing, I mean, it was all those things came together
Yeah.
to make Daytona an enjoyable race. Like, it started off decent. They raced hard. They didn't really save a lot of fuel, or if they were, you couldn't tell. Second stage starts off. They go into fuel saving mode.
Mm-hmm.
Had a wreck, came to pit road. There was no more fuel saving after that.
Yeah.
And because of the way the cautions kept falling, fuel didn't matter.
Right.
Then we went back green with 25 laps to go. I'm surprised we didn't run around under yellow for 23 laps and have a green, white checkered at that point. But, you know, it's the way everything played out made it a great race.
Yeah.
Or a great race. I'm good with saying that. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed Saturday night. Why don't we race more on Saturday night? I had all day Sunday to, you know, think about it.
Yeah.
And I didn't, but I could have if I wanted to.
I don't know. I just feel like having to rely on cautions falling perfectly.
Exactly.
That's kind of why like I don't know, if every Daytona 500 was at least to somewhere in that standard, like if that was like the standard for a Daytona 500, then yeah, or not 500, 400. But if that was the standard for a Daytona race in this next gen car, then maybe I would have been more comfortable saying 90%, 92, 93. But it was just like the perfect string of events is what made that race interesting.
No doubt.
Not because it was, good racing or Daytona like it used to be.
Yeah, this car sucks.
Like the Xfinity race.
Everywhere we go, this car sucks. I mean, it puts on entertaining races at mile and a half, but I hate this car. So.
Yeah. And, they can't keep this car on the ground either, so.
Obviously. So, Harrison Burton, what do you think?
I think it's
first
cool.
to last. Last to first.
I don't like that.
Well, not last to first, but last to locked in.
Last to locked in.
I mean, when on DBC, Freddie says something, and Freddie's like, yeah, they're like 320 points behind us.
Right.
And he's locked into the playoffs.
Yeah. Like, I don't like it.
I don't like this. So, like I said, I don't like the format.
No.
It is an entertainment format only. It has nothing to do with competition. It's winning you're in. 26 races to be a dart at a dartboard. Get lucky, you win.
Mm-hmm.
Points. I mean, they have eliminated the saying, well, we had a good points day. And a good points day don't get you anything anymore. So you don't even have to be in the top 35 in points.
I mean,
I think there should be a cutoff line.
Yeah.
Where do you think that should be? DBC says 25th.
Yeah, I mean, I would say 30, but I think 25th is good.
I go 26th.
26.
Because you got 16 in, 10 out.
Yeah,
I think that's a fair. And if you're not in the top 26 in points,
I mean, winning gets you 40 points.
That's what I mean. Like, if you're not in the top 26, I mean, Harrison Burton has 200 points.
Yeah, I mean,
his average finish is like 30th. I think it's a little higher now, like 28th, but
you're not a playoff driver.
No, and but he's not in playoff equipment. Now, unfortunately for Harrison, he's fired, and Josh Berry's in that ride next year. Yeah. And Josh Berry gets to drive that car with an additional $3 million in support.
Right.
So, last time a driver won was Ryan Blaney. And Josh Berry, I think, it just sets Josh up for a better opportunity at Wood Brothers than it did Harrison.
Yeah.
I think Harrison needs to go back to Xfinity, dominate, get his confidence back, and then see what happens in the Cup Series. But super cool kid. Like, I didn't know how I felt at first when he won. I thought I was kind of pulling for Kyle, to be honest with you. But when he won, I was like, I don't know how to feel about this because his reaction was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like I enjoyed his celebration. I enjoyed Jeff's reaction on the TV. Leigh Diffey's call of it, like, Jeff, your little boy has done it. Like,
Right. That's like a historical moment.
It was a cool win. And Wood Brothers 100. I mean, this is the longest running team in NASCAR. So everything about the win was cool. He's a cool kid. I wish him the best of luck. I just don't like the way the playoffs are set up. Maybe I did it one time, but honestly, I liked it better when it was 10 drivers only. And then corporate sponsors got mad, and now we're down up to 16. I mean, let's just go back to all 35, and then you got to figure it out from race one.
Right.
I think that would be better, but whatever. So the 62 team, who is an affiliate of RCR, pushes the 21 car past Kyle Busch for the win at Daytona after being told not to push the 21 car past Kyle Busch for a win.
Man, I don't care. I don't even think he really pushed him.
I think
he was just racing.
Yeah.
He's just racing.
He's a race car driver. He saw an opportunity. Like, what if Harrison wrecks?
Right.
He wins.
Yeah. I mean,
I know Richard's mad, but what I'd say to Richard is don't believe everything you see with your eyes. It might not be real.
Right? I think Parker Redsloff does exactly what he did every single time.
100%. And I told you, I think what happened, Kyle Busch got too far ahead coming off turn 2. Kyle can't stop both lanes.
Yeah.
He chose the bottom. When he went to the bottom lane, they lost momentum. Parker had no option but to push. What's he going to do? Let off the gas too and pretend he's in the bottom lane while he's in the top? I mean,
right.
I got more respect for what he did by owning it, going out there, going for the win, and racing 100% than if he would have let off the gas.
Yeah.
If he let off the gas, then NASCAR's probably penalizing him for race manipulation. Because at that point, you got your spotter telling you, do not push the 21. If you let off and it's blatantly obvious, then that's race manipulation.
Right.
That's no. That's bad. We can't have that. So, no, Richard, go pound sand, dude. I don't even care. Go file another appeals. Like, who cares?
No, I mean, I want Kyle Busch to win, though. I want to see him in the playoff, especially since they've had some good momentum the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, but what about the other 24? I mean,
I just
say the same thing to Bubba. Like, I hate it that Bubba hasn't, that he's on the outside looking in, but dude, you got 26 opportunities.
Right. I don't know. I just think, I mean, I would hate to see Kyle Busch, be in the top 10 every week. Now.
Why not? I would love to see him not make the playoffs and win 4 playoff races.
I mean, that would be cool too, but
it's just like, peace, guys. I hope he wins Darlington. Yeah. And if he don't, I hope he wins Atlanta. And if he don't, I hope he wins Watkins Glen. Like, I want to see Kyle keep his win streak alive.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him lose that.
I think he does. I think they keep this momentum. You got Austin Dillon dominates at Richmond. Then Kyle Busch finishes top 4 in Michigan, second at Talladega. I mean, RCR is doing quite well for themselves right now.
Other than embarrassing themselves, they are running well.
Yeah.
If they could just stay out of the media spotlight for other reasons. Corey Lajoie gets into Noah Gragson, causing the big one. And then, while 10 laps down, he almost blends up too early and takes out Todd Gilliland.
Yeah. No, Corey.
He's having a bad few weeks. I think everything is getting to Corey mentally. He's not driving. Corey runs good at drafting track, whatever we're calling them nowadays.
Yeah.
He runs good at super speedway style and Atlanta style tracks. Unfortunately, I think everything's in his head right now because what he did to Noah, that's a rookie move.
Yeah, you don't do that.
And then blending up and almost, Todd Gilliland, I watched the in-car camera. I bet he was puckered up.
Look, when you showed me that in-car camera, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it was sketch.
That was close.
And Corey knows better. So
Yeah.
let's not do that again.
Right. I mean, reckon Noah Gregson. I mean, you don't push like that.
I mean, at this point, like, I guarantee you Corey's going to get random drug tested this week because it's like, what are you thinking, bro?
Right? Like, you don't push.
It's just bad. It was a bad push. And then the blend thing, while 10 laps down, it's just not even acceptable.
Right.
I mean, I understand he didn't break the rule, but
I'm like, dude, just
you about to kill somebody.
Wait for him to go past.
So I think, like I said, I think Corey's mentally shot.
Yeah.
I think it's just everything's gotten to him. He needs a vacation. That's what I think. I think he just well, a vacation is not even going to help until he has a ride next year. So Dale, go ahead and get the signature, wrap that up. Corey will feel better. He's got a ride next year, full time in the number 1 at Junior Motorsports. All will be right again with the world.
Yeah.
Leigh Diffey takes over for Rick Allen for the play-by-play. What did you think?
Oh, I did a pretty good job.
I think this was the best NASCAR broadcast visually and audibly in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it was
long time.
It was good.
I love Dale Jr. in the booth, but even with Dale Jr., NBC made a lot of mistakes on their camera angles. They went retro this weekend or something. I don't know what they did at Daytona, but
They
didn't over zoom or under zoom or 17 screens at once.
I think we saw all the wrecks.
Yeah, we didn't miss a wreck. And Leigh Diffey in the booth. Like, I know not everybody. There is a small percentage of race fans in Arkansas and Mississippi who are mad. They're like, get this foreigner off the TV. Like, one guy called in DBC and is like, this guy with a British accent. And I'm like, he's Australian. But he made it sound exciting.
Yeah.
Like, energetic. Like, we haven't had energy in the booth since Dale Jr. left.
I know, right?
Like, Dale Jr. was our excitement and energy guy.
Right. And, I mean, Dale Jr., he's that excitement and energy because that's what he wants to hear in the booth. So it's like I've heard him talk about it on his show.
I give Leigh Diffey a 10. A 10. A 10. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah.
They blew Fox out of the water this weekend. NBC just said, Fox, hold my beer, watch this. Because it was, I mean, I've not been this happy about
a broadcast.
I mean,
last time
I've been listening to MRN, who I hate, and watching the race at the same time because I can't stand listening. The booth was like this. And then Rick Allen, you didn't even know if he's at the same race.
Right.
Like, Rick Allen's pointing out things that toddlers know. And no, like, I used to love Rick. I don't know what happened. Like, I really don't know what happened to Rick. I think Dale leaving must have broke his heart or something because
heartbroken.
He wasn't the same this year. Or maybe it's because he knew he was out and Leigh Diffey was coming in. I don't know.
Who knows?
But whoever hired Leigh Diffey, I want him full-time next year. Every series.
Yeah.
Every TV. But, I mean, Fox can rent them out. Amazon, TNT, NBC.
All of them.
Put them on all of them. Dude is phenomenal. I mean, that best decision made in the last 20 years with the TV companies.
Yeah.
Finally, they did. It's like they listened to the show. They listened to 102 episodes or 103 episodes of this show and go, hey, man, I think we should fix something. Because I've been complaining since number 1.
Right. Oh, man. But no, it was really good.
I liked it. I
quite enjoyed it.
I am a huge fan. Like, the call, like, he was setting up for a Kyle Busch victory going down the back straightaway, and you never even remembered that.
Right.
Because he flawlessly went from Kyle Busch hasn't won a race. He's had a night. Harrison, I mean, it was just, it was amazing.
And here comes the top line Harrisonburg.
Like, it was phenomenal. I mean, he made things sound interesting when they weren't, just like they do on the radio.
Yep.
Great call. I love the guy in the booth. Can't wait to see what he does next weekend. I'm actually going to keep watching.
Right.
I was getting ready to cancel YouTube TV, but you've hooked me again. So, cars flipping.
Yep.
We had who all flipped? Michael McDowell and
McDowell half
Barry.
flipped. Josh Berry
So
flipped
NASCAR.
last week.
NASCAR we had
Corey
last week. We had Corey got blown over by the wind.
Yep.
NASCAR put some more plastic on the car. Apparently, that strip of plastic didn't work because instead of one car, we had two cars flip.
Yep.
Dude, Barry's hit scared
that
me.
was hard.
That scared me. Like I was like, oh man, this ain't good. Like just watching him.
It's like, oof.
Like how tight are those belts really when you're hanging upside down? You know,
Right?
You know they can't be. I mean, even Ryan Truex on DBC was like, you know, they're not that tight, not as tight. But Josh Berry come out of the infield care center like, I'm good.
No, I mean, he came out and he was like, man, looked a lot worse than it felt.
Yeah,
Dude, it looked really bad.
maybe. I mean, I don't know. It looked bad to me, and I hate to see these cars flip. Denny said he'd rather flip in a car than go head on into the wall.
Yeah.
But he didn't say if he'd rather flip and go head in.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think NASCAR needs to do something. Obviously, they have the most well-paid minds in the industry. I don't know that they're smart, but they're highly paid. So do something about it. Fix
Surely we can keep these cars on the ground.
All right. Overtime finishes.
Man.
So in 2017, we set a record for 11 overtime finishes in one season. Daytona, we had 10. We're at 10 now. We have 11 races to go.
And
we're going to break that record.
Oh, absolutely.
The last 4 races have finished in overtime.
Yep.
So,
and then like, what was it? Maybe like Pocono, I think, wasn't an overtime.
It was the last time we finished without an overtime.
Yeah, and then before that, it was like the last 5 races.
It's just, look, the car sucks. And the only way in NASCAR's mind to manipulate and fabricate endings is
green, white, checkered.
Green, white, checkered. That's it. It's like the government and their weather manipulation. But NASCAR's manipulating the races by throwing a caution. Like, what? Martin Truex Jr., he slowed down. But he's still going.
Yeah.
What do you mean that's a caution? I thought y'all paved that area so drivers had a chance to save it.
Right.
And we get a caution. Like, look, that's not a caution.
Xfinity race was Allmendinger, right?
Yeah.
AJ? Yeah. He goes down the back stretch, down below the yellow line. He's sliding. No caution. The caution doesn't only get called until he hits the wall. And that's when you call the caution.
Exactly. And he had, what was it, Nemechek?
Yes. I don't know who it was. But
goes for a slide, and they throw the caution right away. It's like,
dude,
give him a chance. He saved it.
Right. Like
what's the point of paving that area if you're just going to do the same stupid crap?
No, I think if it's 40 to go, they don't call it.
Oh, exactly. No, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They called him up on the radio and go, you're weak to spin.
Same thing they did with Truex last week.
It's just, I just don't, it's like the debris cautions. Like,
yeah.
Every week now we have an overtime. Overtime finishes suck, okay? That just means there's another one, and another one, and another one. A fairly decent race can be ruined with 6 overtimes.
Right.
So let's stop. But we're going to blow that record out anyway, so no big deal.
Yeah, like last week, I think if Truex hits the wall,
I think it's cheaper to throw a caution and have an overtime than it is to fix this car.
Probably. But no, I think last week if Truex hits that wall with 30 to go, they don't call it.
I don't think they do either. I couldn't believe that was a caution.
No, I couldn't either.
I went and looked at it, and I didn't watch any racing while I was on my trip, so I just watched replays, highlights, and actually it was more of designed by Sydney stickers. That's how I knew Allgaier won, and then I was like, oh, Allgaier won. Oh, Reddit won.
Yeah.
She was on the game. She was on her game. She's popping stickers out left and right.
Yeah.
I love it. But we gotta get this overtime thing under control. NASCAR, make the button bigger, and the guy who hits the caution button, make him sit farther back so he has to get up, walk over, and then hit the button.
Right.
Make it a walking thing. At least 10 yards.
So
That's 10 yards you got to think about. Like, yeah, he going to say, nope, caution. Instead of just caution.
oh, it's like it's like that hot hands game or whatever. You got button lights up and you got to press it as fast as possible.
Yeah, well, when I was a kid, Simon, like, do. His 4 colors.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
That's
never really
that's
good at that.
memorization, though. That's not like reaction time.
Yeah, I forgot all of it. I didn't make it. All right. Final race, Darlington. Right now, Truex Jr. is in by 58 points. Gibbs by 39 points. Busher by 21 points. Bubba Wallace is minus 21 and Chastain's minus 27. Who do you think makes it?
Truex, Gibbs. What'd you say, Busher?
Yeah.
I think they're all in.
You don't think it changes? Those 3 make it?
I think those 3 make it.
I do too. I think
Truex and Gibbs definitely. I think they're definitely in.
Yeah, I do. I agree. I think Busher goes out and wins it.
You think he wins?
I was more leaning to Gibbs and Denny, or maybe Larson. I mean, Denny said he's going to win. Last time Denny said he was going to win, he won. So
right.
It's hard for me to bet against Denny, but I think Denny wins Darlington. If Denny doesn't win, it'll be Busher. I think Denny beats Busher by a quarter of an inch.
We're going to have
then we'd have to put Busher on some kind of mental watch.
Oh, man. If Busher loses like that again, he's definitely going to need like someone to go check on him.
Yeah, it's bad.
Be like, dude, are you okay, man? Like, we're concerned.
I think Denny wins, and the 3 that are currently in are the 3 that go to the playoffs. I don't think we see a first-time winner. I don't think Cody Ware wins this weekend.
I don't think Busch does either.
Yeah, Busch. I'd love to see Kyle Busch go out and win it, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Heck, Reddick could win.
Yeah.
I think Reddick's going to win the regular season playoff or the regular season points now, thanks to NASCAR taking Denny's points away and Kyle skipping the Coke 600.
Yep.
But that was his choice.
Yeah.
This is what you get, bud.
Reddick's year, man.
It could be. It really could be Reddick's year. So, and if that's it, I like Reddick.
Yeah.
I mean, just a little Oompa Loompa guy. Great driver. Awesome on DBC. Love when he fills in at the end of the year as an elf every year. I mean, he's just a fun guy.
Yeah.
I like Reddick. So
if he wins, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I would be good with that. So, who do you think wins this weekend? You think Denny can pull it off in Darlington?
I think he does. I think he's driving with a chip on his shoulder right now.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like, Denny's not happy right now.
Yeah. Look, I think we're going to see, like, some of that Denny we saw a few weeks ago, blocking Larson.
Oh, yeah. I could see Denny wrecking Larson for the win here.
Yeah. Like, I see Denny winning this race.
You know who we haven't talked about in a while is Chase Elliott.
I know. He's been quiet.
Like, where'd he finish at Daytona?
I think he wrecked.
Yeah, he's not top. 36th.
Oh, that's right with Denny.
When you get outrun by Cody Ware, hey, he finished 4th. You know what I say about that? Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Like it's a game of attrition. Cody Ware's caused so many wrecks. He knows how to avoid them too.
Look, that's why I personally didn't want to vote too high on the race poll.
Because Cody Ware finished 4th?
No, but because someone like Cody Ware, and like I don't know who's all in this top 10 anyway. Harrison Burton, Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, Cody Ware, Gibbs, Bubba, Parker Retzloff, Brad Keselowski, Daniel Hemrick, and Chris Buescher. So I mean, it's not that crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Daniel Hemrick's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Parker Retzloff is a little crazy.
Cody
Ware is real
Harrison
crazy.
Burton, and Harrison Burton.
And Harrison Burton.
So it's like 5 out of the 10.
But it's been worse.
Yeah.
We've seen worse at Daytona.
Right.
Like we've seen like Cody Ware, BJ McLeod, Balicki like finished in top 5.
Yeah.
So it's been worse. But you know what? Great race this weekend. I enjoyed it. I love doing a podcast when I enjoy the race. Makes for a much better podcast experience for me. Maybe y'all enjoy it better when I'm mad, but hey,
Who knows?
I'm in a good headspace. I just spent 2 weeks with the most beautiful bride in the world. So I'm happy still. And I'm going to be happy until NASCAR makes me not happy. So maybe by next week, I'll be
back
ranting
to
and raving again.
Back
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But, so Darlington, Sunday night, 6 p.m., USA, MRN. And it's just your normal egg-shaped style track.
Yep.
Should be fun. So what else we got? What did we miss?
I don't know. I think we covered it all.
I feel like if we missed it, let me know. Send me a message if we
Yeah.
missed something.
Trying to cover 3 weeks of.
Yeah, 4 weeks. It's hard.
Yeah.
So thanks to everyone who listens, watches, shares the show on social media. We will greatly, greatly appreciate it. Make sure you follow us on X. We're at Car Backwards. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out all our other videos as well. Check us out on Spotify. Follow us there and rate us. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review like Brandon did. When you leave us a review like Brandon did, other people are able to find out about the show. Helps us grow, and it brings them pleasure when they get to listen, hopefully. Give us a like. Subscribe to the show on YouTube Music. If you feel the need, you're more than welcome to email us. We're racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. And definitely make sure to go check out the best graphic designer just north of Mexico, Sydney at Designs by Sydney. We support her. She supports us. Thanks, everybody, again for listening. We'll catch you after Darlington for episode 105. Thanks, everybody. Bye.